Hi, and welcome to the Late Night
GAG.
GAG. On tonight's show, we have a special guest with us. As you can see, sitting to my left, Miss Talaya St. James, aka Tay. Welcome to the show.
Thank y'all for having me.
Well, I'm going to tell you what the Late Night GAG is and what we're doing and what we have created here. It's just the show of us coming together as newcomers in the community who were still young and still becoming molded and polished as great entertainers. And it's just like you see, we get together almost about every day and we talk about different things in our community. And we're just letting the people out there in the community and the world know what we do as individuals, that we have normal lives, that we are normal people. It's nothing different or extravagant about us. We just have different and we live our own ways.
Right.
And we just want you to explain yourself and give us a topic of discussion that we can talk about with the community today and just give us a little brief history about yourself.
What's on your mind? My name is Tay, aka Talaya St. James, aka Marcus. I'm pretty much an artist in Baton Rouge, born and raised. I'm 25 years old. A hairstylist slash makeup artist slash philosopher slash activist slash model slash everything.
A mogul.
Yeah, really. Um, I have a shop on Wimburn at Eaton Street, Celebrity Styles and Cuts. Shout out Tasha Buffy. And Mr. B, can't forget you. And just doing it up.
So what's something that you feel that needs to be discussed or talked about tonight that involves our community? As far as the entertainment wise.
The painting.
Well, before we get on the painting, you are a makeup artist,
Right.
And you're also a hairstylist. So before we get on that, because we'll talk forever about that. Tell us just briefly how you got into the business. How did you start doing hair and makeup, and just how that came out about for you?
I started doing hair since I can remember, getting caught playing with baby dolls. The actual gay hairstylist tour, yeah. My mom, she braids hair. My grandmother was a hairstylist when she was younger. And it came to a point where my mom said you had to do something with yourself. Either go to school right after high school. So I was braiding hair and styling my sister hair, during school. I actually wanted to make a profession with it. Once it was like, okay, either you're getting put out or you gotta do something with yourself. So I decided to go to hair school. Went to Camelot College. Shout out to Camelot. Um, Further my education there and started working at Celebrity. I've been at Mo Hair Salon, Cervantes Hair Studio in Florida. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, so being that you do hair and you do, do makeup and everything, there is a business side of it as well. So won't you briefly talk and educate people on the business side of it and how you make something that really starts off as a hobby into a business?
Pretty much just go to school, get qualified for it, get your license, and then find a salon pretty much that works for you. Your scheduling is everything. I mean, sometimes you have to be up early in the morning, you get out late at night. It depends on you, yourself, and the type of salon that you work in. There's two different types of salons. They have commission where you go by, you get paid for what you do. And then they have the boot rent salon, is which you pay a set price every week, and that's the kind I'm working in. You pay a set price, you charge whatever you want to charge. You have to bring your own things, your own products, your own equipment, and pretty much you take everything else home. You just give them whatever they need every week, and you take everything else home. With commission, they take a percentage out of everything that you do. That goes towards your equipment, your uniform, your products, and any of those things that you won't have to buy.
So it's good. So it's really like you're making more than what you're.
Yeah, I'm self-employed, so I make my own money.
That's what's up. So that's how you are in the community. So tonight we want to ask you, what can you tell us? What can you tell the community? What's on your mind? And how do you feel that we can grow as entertainers? I know you are an entertainer as well.
Right.
You've done that for a while. What do you feel that us as a whole, as a community in Baton Rouge, as newcomers, what can we grow from? What can we do? Or what can we change in the community?
What would you like to see more of?
Yeah.
I started off doing female impersonation since 17 years old. I'm now 25. And to me, it's different now than it is when I was growing up and doing drag or whatnot. It's just that people wants to get out and just say I'm doing it. just to say that I've done it instead of actually going into the craft, the artistry of it, and the actual creative mind that one takes to actually portray who they are, their alter ego, the other side of them, as they say. You know what I'm saying? So, um, to me, it's all about listening, observing,
Right.
and seeing what's out there, what people are doing, and it's always not about what people have done and try to do what they did. It's always good to acknowledge the things that people have done and what they're known for and what they do, but don't copy, don't mimic. Be your own self. And I think that's what one thing that separated me from a lot of entertainers was I've always known to be the one to take it there, to just come out there with just, girl, look what she got on, like, you know what I'm saying? Because someone has to be the one to say, okay, this is another type of entertainment. It's not just the pretty, prissy, big, elegant drag queen. It's all about dramatics. I'm talking about I did shows bald headed, as a vampire, different illusions of animals, creations, just everything. It's all about just being an entertainment and just going there sometimes.
So to that person out there that, because see, oftentimes a lot of us don't go to drag school before we decide to do drag.
Right.
But to that person out there that just that may do hair or may do makeup or may do any of those things, don't you think that the educational part is extremely important? And
Yeah.
They got a school for this.
baby, look, if you come from a good, now see,
Hold
y'all
on.
laughing, but I'm
Wait a
being
minute,
serious.
I'm being serious too, because if they have a school, I want to send somebody.
Y'all laughing,
I
but
want to
I'm
give them a
serious.
scholarship.
No, because Sonara, you laughing, girl, but you supposed to be a girl. You supposed to know when you
I've
start
been
to
in drag
do when you
school.
start
You
to
been in drag
do
school?
right when
Girl,
you
I
start
ain't
to
never been to school.
You ain't no drag.
I know, girl. Well, not all the time.
oh, he a drag
Every
queen.
now and then I might put on a little one too.
He a drag queen.
I will.
That's Brown.
They'll tell you the
Well,
minute. They'll
my
have a
mother
turnabout. I'm on
and
my
my
way.
sister, when I decided I wanted to do this, they did take me through what everybody in their family have their own section of what drag school is. So,
Okay.
being
So
that
your mama gave you a class.
It's just us growing with our parents. Like I told you, I told you earlier that Talia has really taught me how to paint my face. Like she's giving me lessons. That's my drag training with her, my drag schooling with my mother. It's from growing from where I started to who I am now to a polished entertainer and more better individual. Because when I first started, like I told y'all on the last previous shows, that I was foolish.
Yep.
I was really foolish.
Yep.
Baby, I didn't know how to contour. I couldn't paint. I
You
had.
weren't even wearing the right color makeup.
Thank you. I was wearing
Oh, you
push. Push.
well, thank God she's came.
Yes,
Yes.
that's our drag schooling from our. We received that from our parents, or someone who's mentoring us in the drag industry.
And my mama taught me how to pad.
Well,
I don't like
feel
wearing
I
pants,
feel a little left out. I really, really do. Because I don't have that person.
Oh, you were a neglected child.
Oh,
So your mama didn't teach you how to paint?
mama teach me how to paint. My mother teach me. I do. Mother, I'm truly sorry. You know I'm really not trying to be funny. But my mother does not paint herself. She has been doing drag for some time now. And she has progressed. Like, we have helped each other progress. I think that's so cute, though. Like, we have did that. But no, my mother, she didn't sit down and have a class with me. But I really don't think my mother
Why could that be
could
your
do
mother?
that. Oh, okay, let me tell you. The reason why she is my mother, because I had this parentile that I looked up to, and I always called him Pawpaw. And then one day he came out and looked at me, you gonna stop calling me Papa, you gonna start calling me Daddy. And I was like, wait a minute, now you trying to put more on what I'm trying to do. I said, y'all look to you as guidance, and I call you Papa out of respect. So later on, we started getting a relationship as far as my father, him being my father. So my first pageant, I went to him, and he couldn't help me. And he had competed and has competed. He couldn't help me. So I wanted to keep my same name, Titan Black Royalty, because that's why I get the Black from, is from him. And my mother, she came up to me and we was talking, and she's like, you a black, oh, you my nephew, blah, blah. I was like, yeah. She's like, who your gay mama? I was like, I don't have one. She said, well, I would love to be your gay mother. And I was like, oh, I said, being me, smart as hell,
Right.
I would take that into consideration. I really would. So we started texting and, talking to each other on the phone. So I was like, maybe she's the one I can look to as a mother, figure. But I did not know at the time, well, I still don't know now, she can't paint herself.
Right, and I think
So,
that's a lot of problems that I think the younger generation has when it comes down to entertainment wise. They don't actually have the actual mother to call mother. A drag mother consists of, someone that actually teaches you not just about being gay, but it teaches you about life lessons as well. So when you are in your gayest time or what I'm saying, whatever, you know how to maintain, how to endure, whatever
I kind of like
society
me
has
and
to.
her. She can't, teach me how to do makeup. I have taught myself, but my mother has two good hands, and she will stone.
Oh
That
yeah.
lady, no. That lady will stone a pair of socks if you take them to her. That lady will sit up all night and play with stones. I love her because she's helping
Yeah,
me
but
stone some things.
everybody
You
has
know,
their own trade when it comes down to the drag. They have those that just do strictly hair, those that just do strictly makeup, those that just strictly pad.
And
There's a
so,
well, that's what her hands that is with stones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but as far
and
as
those
like
that do it all, there
yeah,
are
those
out
that
there
do it
too.
all, but as far as like being your drag mother has to bring something to the table, and that's how we were raised. As far as just, oh girl, I'm finna get dragged this weekend just to go out and play, was none of that really going on. You actually had to have an outfit together, you had to have all your things together, and you had to know how to paint yourself. That's one of those things that you know how to do. Real girls do that. They just don't really go to people's houses unless they go into a professional. But a girl just going out, tipping out to the club, they do a little one too. And I feel like that's kind of odd that people nowadays they feel like they have to go to someone else to do that.
Right. Well,
Well, it's gonna take y'all a while too. It took me 3 years.
one thing I
Three
do
long years.
appreciate about my mother, even though we go through our ups and downs, and I'm not gonna talk about that on camera, but one thing I do appreciate about her is she does tell me sometimes, baby girl, you have to do as I say and not necessarily as I do,
All
or
right.
not necessarily as I have done. And that is just something coming from her that really, really does mean a lot, because like I said, I'm her know-it-all child, so I think I know everything anyway. But when we do have those conversations, I have to say, well, mama, you did this, you did, and she, you know what, no, don't do as I do as I told you to do. But I love my mother. Shout out to Jada, I love you, mama. But speaking of mother scenario, this happens to be your mother. So just tell us how you all came along and how she's helped you along the way while we're talking about this person here.
Ain't that on like the previous episode already?
I don't know.
We cut it.
Oh, okay. Well, that was another take. I still apologize. Well, I've known Tay Marcus. I've met him as Marcus a while back ago. He was going to Camelot with my cousin back at home. Hey, Danique, what's going on, fish? They were going to school together. They're real close, and I met him through her. And when I came back down here, we used to see each other. He worked at the Shabbat up the street. We'd go up there and kiki with him for a while. We'd smoke, whatever, chill, kiki. And like, all right, girl, I see you later, girl. So we had exchanged numbers. We used to talk on the phone. But he always encouraged. I used to call him. I was going through. He encouraged me, whatever. And then I went to try out for the showcast at Club Candid, and he was actually there getting ready. I'm like, bitch, wait, I know. I'm like, bitch, wait, is that you? I'm like, oh my God, bitch, you so beat. And he was like, girl, yeah. I was like, you think y'all been doing drag like whatever? I was like, okay, that's what's up. And so we all made the showcast. We made the showcast. We began to really get together, start bonding, and then like brought us, really close. And so I asked my mother. She said, yeah, she was really happy, like when I overwhelmed when I asked, because she's like, oh, I didn't know about more kids, but she thought that I really wanted the attention and the guidance from her to get myself together. So she became my mother, and as you can see, I have seen I've grown into a more polished, and I have mastered my makeup, because like I told y'all before, I was foolish. And real foolish, but I can do my own hair, I can dress myself, I can travel on the road and get myself together.
I would say
And
this:
so-
people don't give you as much credit as don't give you as much credit as they should, simply because you have helped so many people behind the stage as far as pageantry when they are ill prepared and not actually prepared to do the pageant. You have took hair pieces off of your head that you're gonna do on the show, put it on somebody else's head. You have snapped the dress. You have helped sew the dress. You helped me and my queen when her dress broke. You have to see back in. You have done a lot. These people don't give you as much credit as they deserve to. You have done a lot.
Well, thank you.
You
I
really
do love y'all
have.
for that.
You really
And
have.
I thank
Now
y'all.
that
We're
backstage,
all
yeah.
friends again, just voicing our opinion. We're not trying to harm anybody. And we thank you for tuning in to the Late Night Gag. We're going to be right back. So we're still here live at the Late Night Gag.